Hi there students. This video is about words asking somebody to do something, normally when they're in a position of power and you're not. So to beg, to beseech, to implore, to plead, to appeal, to entreat, and to supplicate. Okay, all of these are at least slightly formal, and some of them are very formal. So let's see. To beg. Okay, a beggar is a person who asks for money as charity. Yeah, so he was begging outside the supermarket. He was begging for food. But I beg you not to do this. So to ask somebody not to do something. Okay, please don't do it. I beg you to come and help us tomorrow. To beg somebody for help. Okay, I begged him to help us, but he refused. Notice we've got the phrase, I beg your pardon, which I would use saying, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Could you repeat that? Blah, we did. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Okay, is asking for them to say sorry, but it's a way of saying please repeat something. I beg to differ. It's a polite way of saying I don't agree with you. Something could beg the question, to call to mind an obvious question. So we've been talking about this wonderful holiday we're going to have, but all of this asks for the question of how we're going to pay for it. Okay, so to beg, to ask somebody for something humbly. The next word is to beseech. Okay, it's got the same idea. To beseech, I beseeched him to give us help. I beseeched for help. I beseeched help, but no help came. Okay, to beseech has the idea of fervent, strongly asking for something. All of these words have the idea of please, 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 please. To beseech, to ask very strongly. Are you really sure? I beseech you not to do this. And this is a pretty formal word, maybe a 7.5 informality. He beseeched me to take him to the bank so that he could pay the men that were asking him for money. Okay, to beseech. Yeah, I beseeched the bank to give me to lend me money. Banks don't give. Okay. The next one is to implore. Please, please, please. To implore for mercy. I implore you not to do this. I implore you not to take all my food. I think the idea of implore gives an idea of desperation. Yeah? I'm certain you're going to do this, but I implore you not to do it. Yeah? I invoke your good nature, if you like. Yeah? I'm going to cry if you don't. So let's see, the origin of to implore is to invoke or to ask for with tears. I didn't do the origin of beseech either. Beseech comes from the word to seek, to look for. So that's quite easy. And I think beg is just of Germanic origin. Okay, to plead. To ask for emotionally. Please, 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 please. Yeah? To plead for something. So he pleaded for mercy. Please give me mercy. We can use this word to plead in a legal context. So somebody pleads innocent or guilty in court when they're accused. So they allege that they are innocent or guilty. I pleaded that I didn't know it was illegal, but not knowing is no excuse with law, unfortunately. I pleaded ignorance. I gave as a reason. So you can use this word to plead as to offer an excuse. Yeah. You are going to have a very heavy sentence, and I think you should plead insanity. So to plead also has this idea of to argue in court, or to argue in public, to give the arguments why. Yeah. I think to plead, if you're out of court, this has an idea of emotional appeal, asking for emotionally. Yeah. So to plead, this comes from French plaider, which literally means to go to law. Okay, the next word is to appeal. So to appeal is to ask for emotionally and urgently. Yeah, I think an appeal definitely has the idea of urgency. If you appeal, it's you are serious about this. It's a heartfelt request, a serious, heartfelt, urgent request. Maybe you are requesting to a higher power. So maybe you go to court and you plead innocent, but they find you guilty. And then you appeal against that decision. So to appeal here is to request a higher court to decide or to change that verdict. Yeah. So after somebody is found innocent or guilty, the opposition can appeal to a higher court. So to appeal, to make a request to a higher body. Notice an appeal can also be a request for donations for charity. The abandoned dogs home is appealing for donations. Yeah? I appeal to you for help, so I request help. I am appealing to your humanity, a higher level than the level you are at the moment. Okay? Let's see, the origin of this one. To appeal is it comes from Latin again, meaning to address, to speak to, appellare. Okay? So, the next one, to entreat. Okay, to ask for anxiously. We entreated the audience to stay calm. So we entreated the audience for calm, despite the smoke. Okay, to entreat is a pretty formal word again. Maybe 7.5 in formality. Yeah, this one comes from Latin as well. The Latin, to treat, to handle, to deal with. Okay, so to entreat somebody to do something. To beg anxiously. I entreat you not to leave me out here in this rain so that I have to walk home 20 miles. Okay, and the next word is to supplicate. Okay, to beg for something again. But in this case, I think supplicate has the idea of to do it humbly. You are much more important than me, but please, 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 I supplicate you not to destroy the environment. Yeah? He supplicated to his boss not to fire him. Yeah? He supplicated his boss not to fire him, both with and without the two. So let's look at these again. I had an adverb for each of these. So I would beg humbly is the idea. To beseech fervently. To implore desperately. To plead emotionally. To appeal urgently. To entreat anxiously. And to supplicate humbly. Okay, all of these are regular verbs. Beg, begged, begged, beseech, beseeched, beseeched, implored, implored, implore, implored, implored, pleaded, plead, pleaded, appeal, appealed, entreat, entreated, supplicate, supplicated. So, let's look at formality. To beg, I would say, is neutral formality, slightly formal. I beg you to do this. It's certainly more formal than I asked him to do it. I beseech you to do this. This is a real formal one, 7 on a formality scale. I implore you to do this. He implored them to help him. 7 in formality scale again. To plead with someone, to plead guilty or emotional. I plead to your humanity. I plead to your emotional self. 6.5, certainly a formal word, but less formal than beseech or implore. To appeal. This one I'd say is neutral, maybe slightly formal, 5.5, 6 on a formality scale. To entreat. This one's really formal, 7.5 on a formality scale. And to supplicate. This is a very formal one as well, 7.5 on a formality scale. So let's see, the least formal ones, beg, plead, appeal, and the very formal ones, beseech, implore, entreat, and to supplicate. So there we go, quite a long explanation. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating. I beg you to give, I beseech you to give me a rating. I implore you to give me a rating. I am pleading with you to give me a rating. I am appealing to you to give me a rating. I am entreating you for a rating. I am supplicating you for a rating. Subscribe to my channel and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Beg, beseech, implore, plead, appeal, entreat, and supplicate. Bye for now.